Hello friends, welcome back for another part of our walkthrough of Oxygen Not Included Spaced Out DLC. This is part 35. We are really getting along there, and we are just picking up right where we left off from the last video. Almost no time has passed, so we are still waiting for a meteor shower here before we see this system working. And I will keep an eye out for when it is working so that we can at least show it in action rather than just seeing it sitting here doing nothing. Yeah, let's talk about what we're going to be doing on this asteroid, because this is the last time we're going to have a lot of duplicants on this asteroid. We're just going to choose to leave one person behind, and they are going to be the duplicant that manages the rest of this for pretty much the rest of the game. And in doing so, when we take our duplicants off this asteroid, we're also going to take all this material that we've been shipping up through our shipping system this whole time. So I just have material coming from all corners of the base right now, just all getting sent to this one central area, and then anything that I'm interested in taking, just kind of shipping it out to this spot right here, which we're going to load onto a rocket with all of our duplicants, and we're going to take them back to the home base. So let's do that. So all we're going to need to do is create a carbon dioxide engine rocket, since it's a pretty short distance to get back there. Battery module, pretty standard stuff. A few solar panels just to provide some power while my duplicants are in there. And then the last thing is just like a single Spacefarer nose cone. I could have sworn at one point that there was a limitation on this. It says in the instructions or not the instructions, but like the info with this, that it only handles one duplicant traveler, but I've seen all kinds of different things over time. I've seen 2 being a limit, and I've also seen no limit, and I'm pretty sure there is no limit right now for whatever reason. So if your game is performing or doing things a little bit differently, then I would recommend to just send duplicants back as frequently as you can, and however many you can cram inside here. But if you can get them all in one go, we might as well. So that's what I'm going to do now. As the game struggles to load. There we go. So all we're going to need to do inside this rocket is, because we want to take all this stuff, let's just create an automatic dispenser, or 2, just like that. And I'm just going to mark all this stuff for sweep and make sure all my other things that are marked for sweep are turned off, so that my duplicants will just take all of that material and just drop it into my rocket. I'm pretty sure those are the only 2 that were marked. Yeah. So, now that we have them all here, we're just going to set this to sweep everything. And if we go back and just mark everything that we want, there you go. That's all you got to do. You can also get some skills for your duplicants to help them work a little bit faster. So let's make sure they all have the improved carrying, and if they don't, I'll add it. I may have to skill scrub some of these duplicants eventually, but I guess it's not that terrible. You can also add these improved strength and plumbing tasks, which will give them some extra strength as well. But they should get this done pretty fast. The one thing that might happen is when you're constantly shipping, your duplicants might be picking up the same type of thing over and over because it's being constantly refilled. So for the time being right now, I'm just going to clip these wires so that there is eventually a endpoint that they should get to pretty fast. And yeah, so they'll kind of just be on that. In the meantime, I'm just going to build out a rocket that's pretty much the same as this data collection rocket. So I just need the same type of system, so I'll just build the same thing here really quickly. Just those 2 tiles there. We're going to put our rocket control module so we can actually drive this thing. Put some lead tiles up at the top here. Put a plumb bathroom over here on the right, which we could just do here. There we go. And then on the right side is going to be like all of our detection for any gases that we need to send out into space. So my duplicants aren't just suffocating in their own carbon dioxide constantly. So just going to do this again. Knot gate, filter gate, like that. Just need a ventilation system. There we go. So I'm going a little bit fast because we've done this before. I also have an entire video that is only about these rocket interiors. So if you've never seen that one before and you want a lot more detail on this, I do have another video out there that you could check out. But yeah, all this is just kind of becoming second nature since I built it so many times, so that's why this is moving along quickly. So yeah, there we go. And then the only other thing we're going to need is to grab some food before we leave, and make sure we grab some algae before we leave. One thing that I want to try out, actually, because I haven't tried these out yet, let's try these storage tiles, and let's see how well they work for our needs here. I'm also not sure if I can store food in them, because this is the first time I've really tried to use them. So let's try this out. We need to check for oxygen because we want to send everything that is not oxygen out. Hook up our gas line. We also need to not build this tile yet because I need to build the pipes that are going to fill up our wall toilet. Just something like this. There we go. And then from the outside, let's make sure we're still connected. Oh, we're not. Okay. I guess we could send it over here. Is this going to be okay? Sure. I think this will be okay. There. It might actually get a little bit confused. Let me do this. There. Now we know that it's always going to be coming from the top and the bottom are outputs, and the left and the right are inputs. So there we go. That ought to do it. Okay, so yeah, just going to kind of set this up. Let's see what kind of stuff we can store in here. Can I store food? Wait, what? What's going on? Ah, what's happening? Okay, that was weird. I'm like trying to backspace and it turned on some like debug mode or something. Alright, so I don't know if we can actually take... No, we can't take edibles in this. And we also really can't store that much either. Yeah, we'll just replace it for some normal storage things. That's not enough for what we're going to need here, so... Not too impressed with the capacity of that. So I'm just going to get the rest of this ready. I'll make sure that we're tracking the resources that we need while we're flying. So we need algae while we're going. We're going to need some type of food. I'm just going to take some gristleberries. Even though it's not really that far to get back to the main base, we might as well just get in the habit of making sure we have everything before we fly. So yeah, we'll just have to check back on these guys in a little bit because it's going to take them a little while to get all this stuff sent in here, just because there is so much stuff right here. It's ridiculous. So it'll take them a little bit. In the meantime, what I've been doing back on the other asteroid, on our main asteroid, which is where we're going to be going soon, is I set up a second rocket platform, and this is just going to be where I ship stuff to. So I'm going to rename this. This is going to be our shipping platform. There we go. And enable it. I don't know why it does that, but whatever. Then what I'm going to do is we need a way to unload this rocket and get it down into our shipping network. But there's a little trick I'm going to do here, and there's a reason why this is lined up like this. So here's what we're going to do. Instead of like having my duplicants run it here, or instead of sweeping it somewhere and then shipping it on the rails or something like that, we're going to do something pretty different. So I'm going to do this. I'm just going to delete those tiles, and these are going to have to get moved for just a second. I guess I could just get rid of those so I could put the solar panel back and still have space. Guess I'll get rid of that one too. We're going to just build a channel so that all the stuff that we get, we're just going to put it on a door, like right here. Let me make sure this is still vertically aligned. Like that. Then if we put it all on some, what is this? Automatic dispensers, just like we're doing for the loading. Actually, I probably want to put it up higher. It'll be a little bit faster. Let's deconstruct these, actually. Make sure this is still aligned. Yep. So if we have our rocket get unloaded right here, and we just put all the debris onto a door, then we can open all these doors in quick succession and have all the materials fall all the way down and just plop right here in the middle of our shipping system. So kind of a sneaky thing that I did earlier was align this, or rather put my shipping system all right here so that I could pull this off later. We've seen a similar concept with this earlier when we wanted to just put more ice and cold stuff inside our ice biomes. Just need to hook it up to a signal switch so that when we're ready, we just open the door and everything falls in. So that's going to be the idea back here. Let's see if our other rocket is ready to go. You guys done loading? Nope, looks like they're still at it. Alright, so yeah, all we're going to need is just to hook these up to some signal switches. Use some metal that's a little bit more available right now. And then the rest of these we can just hook up via some automation wire. This is going to be kind of goofy. I guess I'll just go all the way. Nah, we might as well just do it the cleaner way. Just more buttons to press, I guess. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so once my duplicants get all this stuff built, and after we fly all this material back, we should be good to go. I'm just going to do the rest of this kind of off camera. Oh wait, it looks like they're done actually. So yeah, alright. So now that everything is done there, I'm just going to hook these back up, but I'm not going to worry about taking like every single little piece We're going to come back here and get some more of this stuff later. But for right now, let's just pick someone that's going to stay behind. So, who has the best skills to live on their own? Okay, Ada looks decent, I guess. Not the greatest interest. Let me see if I can find someone better. Catalina? Yeah, Catalina I think is better. So we're going to leave Catalina behind. Everybody else is coming with us back to the main base. So just going to change our crew. Going to be Nisbet, Nails, Beta, not Catalina, Ari, Nicola, Ada, Otto. And this should hold all of them, surprisingly enough. Let me make sure we have enough suits left over. So it looks like we do. All right, let's just get this changed. Our destination needs to be back to the home base. I also want to make sure to land on the shipping platform because that's where I want to eventually unload the rocket. And then everybody should just jump in here, and we should just immediately violate the space requirements that it was talking about. So this should be good. Oh, actually, we're not quite ready. Actually, just kidding. I need to get some more stuff in here so that we can actually breathe. There is actually some atmosphere in here, but we're going to burn through it pretty quickly. So let's get our fridge, let's get our bin, and then we can get them out of here. Let's also see what kind of food we have. Because this is a fringe planet. Okay, we could probably just take all the Hexcellent fruit. That's not something I'm going to be planning on really using, so let's just take that. Alright, Hexcellent fruit, here we go. And then we just need to take some algae with us, so let's take... I mean, we can take all of it, because we still have rust and salt here left over, just in case the oxalite doesn't push this far enough, but we should be good. The other thing I'm considering is we are going to need some oxalite for an upcoming mission. Maybe I'll just send somebody back for it later once we can watch this happen. Okay, now we should be good. Wait, let's make sure we have everything loaded up here. And we don't, of course. So let's get everything loaded up and then we should be able to get out of here. That's plenty of algae. This is not a long trip. We'll deconstruct that now. And there we go. There's our Hexcellent fruit. Alright, so I'm going to deconstruct both of these. We need a second oxygen diffuser because there's too many duplicates in here right now. But that'll be pretty much it. Now we can launch. So, begin launch. Everybody pile into your little cell here. And off we go. Off we go. Game. Stop trolling me. Definitely taking a while. Off we go. Launch. Come on, what are we waiting for? Oh, we don't have a pilot. Alright, who wants to instantly learn how to fly? Ari, go for it. Now let's leave. Yeah. Okay, now that they're on their way, I'm just going to keep them in their suits for right now. They will change their suits back out when we get back to the other base. Actually, nah, let's not. Let's take all their suits off here. It's a good habit to get into. I probably shouldn't be promoting, like, just being lazy about it, I guess. Everybody out of their suits? No, Ari's not. Okay. So it's going to take them a little while to fly back here. Looks like we have about 0.4 cycles. Let's make sure that all this stuff is set up. So yeah, we just need to hook up our automation wire to this really quickly and turn the switch off. And these ones all need to be turned off as well. I'm just like venting oxygen right now for no reason. Okay, cool. So once they land, I will just edit the rest of this part on. I will land, I will unload everything onto these, and then we'll kind of drop it in there to get the satisfying moment of getting a full shipment back to our main base. So yeah, we'll get there in just a second. Okay, they have arrived. Let's sweep all this stuff out. So I just marked this for sweeping and everything. And let's just mark this for everything that's inside here I want to get swept out. Another thing I could do is like deconstruct this and then ask it to be swept, but it's a little faster just to go from here to here. So all I'm going to be doing is creating a pile of stuff. And then as soon as all that stuff is here, I can open the door, open these doors, it'll just fall right in, and it'll automatically be deposited right into my shipping system. So that'll be great. The other thing I need to do while we're here is I need to start setting up these solar panels again. And I'm just going to leave a little space for all the debris to fall. Something like that. There we go. That ought to leave enough space. A little awkward here to not have the fire pole, but whatever. That's not going to slow them down too bad. So yeah, it's just going to take them a little bit to get all this stuff done. Let me actually increase the priority just a little bit so we don't have to sit here for as long. So yeah, just going to prioritize that up. I'll get all this stuff swept out of here, and as soon as it's ready and on top of the door, I will send everything down. Am I sweeping this somewhere? Is there somewhere I should not be doing this? Maybe they're running it down to these bins right now, so I might need to raise this even higher. There we go. Yeah, okay. We'll start figuring this out, and we will get there in just a second once we get our big pile of stuff. Okay, everything is shipped back. It's just kind of sitting on this door here. Let's just drop it in. So, just going to open this switch. By the way, let's look at how much material is here. So, I can't even fit everything on the screen. There's so much stuff in both places. So, this is probably like, I don't know, if I had to guess, it's probably like 300 or 400 tons of material. Just being dropped into my base casually, so there we go. Good thing weight isn't a thing in this, otherwise this would, like, fall all the way to the core of the earth and destroy it. But yeah, so now that we've got all our stuff dropped there, we'll just open this door. It'll drop right into where all of our stuff is being shipped. Plop, there you go. You can see all the stuff is being taken to its different places, the phosphorite, fossil, sandstone, whatever. So yeah, there you go. There's a nice way to get some shipping done. Just gonna uncheck these really quickly so I don't forget. And then the one other thing that I'm going to do before we call this video good is this is now just going to be a dedicated shipping rocket for whenever I need to go out to some other asteroids and bring some stuff back or vice versa. So I'm going to just pick somebody to assign to this. I did take off everyone's name that was there before. So let's see, who did we give the piloting skill to again? Was it Nails? No. Who was it? All right, who has this? This is really exciting, I'm sure. Ari, that's right. Okay, so Ari, I'm just going to say, is now the head of the shipping department. So if we need stuff shipped back and forth, I'm just going to assign Ari for that. That's going to be the only crew member that I have, and I'm going to actually send Ari back out now to go get some oxalite, because we're going to need it for the next thing that we do. The next thing that we do is going to be to start exploring our star map. And we're going to do that with a petroleum rocket and pretty much any fuel type except for steam. Actually, this is easier just to say. If you are using petroleum or hydrogen, you will need to oxidize that fuel, which means you need either oxalite. Oh, hey, this is an oxalite meteor shower. It's about to happen. Okay, by the next video, we will definitely have this going, so that's good. You'll need to either have some oxalite for this, or some fertilizer, which is a really bad oxidizer, or some liquid oxygen. So we will start to get that done in this next video too. So let me change my crew to get everybody off of this, except for Ari, who's going to be going back to grab some oxalite for us. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other stuff too that could be shipped back as well. So yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this video. Next video, we'll talk about getting all that stuff done. We will probably start off by watching the meteor shower that's about to hit here, so that we can see that system in action for the first time, finally. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all I've got. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back with the next part here very soon. Take care.